All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. It means a great deal. And today I'll be speaking about how no-code can expedite data-driven, smart, sustainable solutions. So, a quick background about me. You have already heard the introduction. Currently, we are running this company called Datakrew for the last 3.5 years, headquartered out of Singapore. Before that, I was a research scientist with Temasek Laboratories in the domain of blockchain smart cities and IoT security. And then before that, I completed my PhD from NTU on semiconductors and quantum physics. So industries around the world are driving, but if you question what drives these industries to function together as a system, the answer today is data. The data that we gather from different parts of the industries, enabling us to have full visibility over them, and particularly data gathered from systems and processes by sensors, forming this network of Internet of Things, also known as IoT. So today there are already 30 billion devices that are connected to the internet, and in the next 5 years this will more than double, and the market capitalization will cross $1 trillion. And IoT is being used in different sectors and segments, as you can see here, and it's creating business opportunities all around the globe in different industries. But the question is, what's wrong with the way we are handling and implementing IoT today? Still, there is a traditional way of looking into things where we use a programming effort, looking into the problem, understanding the sensors, doing the connectivity, everything from scratch, everything from by our own. That takes time, that takes effort, that takes budget, that takes a lot of resources, and incremental solutions have high marginal cost. So even to develop a POC, you're ending up spending a lot of resources and the risk is high. How do you mitigate this risk? The answer is through no code. But before that, let's understand that today, most vendors would offer programmed template solutions to customers that have a poor problem solution fit, are time consuming and expensive. But this is history. The future is no-code IoT, in which a very flexible platform, imagine it to be a magic wand. You spin it and then it comes up with solutions which are having great problem solution fit, are rapid to build and affordable. Now, if you compare this with something called as low code, how no code is different is that it doesn't involve any kind of coding, of course, but yet you can develop the solution. It's extremely easy to use, and you can start off without installing any software, and it's not prone to any kind of errors as well as the deployment is taken care by the system itself. Now, talking about the no-code platform or the software, which we call as MADS, M-A-D-S, standing for Monitor, Automate, Diagnose, and Secure. It's a very intuitive platform, both for engineers and solution developers, as well as persons from other backgrounds. It comes with a number of apps inbuilt, which allows the IoT development to be expedited. And what it's not a fixed solution or an end outcome that we make and give you. Rather, it's a tool of empowerment. It's a tool that empowers you to utilize the data from your systems for better monitoring, automation, diagnostics, and security, all through a no-code approach of visualization, alerts, analytics, reporting, forecasting, tracking, planning, and optimization. Now, you might think that these are very heavy words, but it's not the way in which we deliver, but rather the key components in the platform that enable this and let you do it. So, for example, first is the IoT Manager. This is a visual approach of connecting any asset in the world, any sensor, any PLC, any device can be easily connected to the platform using this visual approach. Second is this flow-based programming. You drag and drop your connectors, define how the data should flow, and then in each of these blocks, you define the logic. So a complex logic can be easily implemented in a drag and drop flow-based programming manner. Then comes your no-code drag and drop dashboard builder. Any kind of dashboard for web or mobile or tablets using gauges, charts, cards, or whatever different type of fancy dashboards that you see and used to take months to develop, now take just a mere few hours because you have this drag and drop approach. Next is this 2D, 3D web HMI, human-machine interface. You would want to imagine your entire factory floor on a map like this. You want to see your entire building in a map like this, or in a 3D visualization, and then zoom in and zoom out and see what's exactly happening with your assets. It can be built and exactly map with your actual assets. Then comes the WYSIWYG reports generator in 16x9 or A4 format. You want to create reports for your management, or you want to create reports for your weekly or quarterly reviews. The system will do it for you automatically and export the report with your logos, branding, graphs, charts, and analysis right away. Then is IoT business intelligence. You want to do analysis and comparisons between your assets. Which asset is performing better? Which factory is performing better? Which solar asset is malfunctioning? Your BI tool will tell that to you. Then is the Python IDE. This is the part where you need a little bit of programming, but it's for advanced users. If you want to implement your custom logic, which is not existing in the system, and have a flow of your own, you can go right away, do it, build it here, and implement it. And this is all part of the system, part of the software ecosystem. Now, alerts is something that you want. You want SMS, you want WhatsApp alerts, you want email alerts, and complex event processing, and define when you want the alerts, and then trigger the events that you want to happen after the alerts. All this was no-code software that you can do. Talking about no-code hardware, we've designed this device called ITUS. I have the PCB in front of me. I can circulate this to you for having a look later on. So maybe you can pass it on and everyone can have a look and keep on passing it. And this device itself can connect with any kind of sensors, any kind of PLCs that you have in your buildings, and send the data to any cloud. And there is a no-code GUI inbuilt in this device to do the configuration and make any kind of settings changes and enable it for factories, buildings, utilities, power plants, renewable systems, you name it. Anywhere you need IoT, this device can go in. It can go in, for example, water treatment plants. We are working with Semcorp to implement the solution device in their water treatment plants to capture flow, temperature, current and vibration, suspended solids data, and send it to the cloud. Now, this device also has a number of key features in terms of the security. Now, we have got the no-code GUI, of course. We've also got secure data transmission over something called as post-quantum encryption. This device does a data encryption compared to, let's say, traditional approaches where you have one layer of encryption. It does a two-layer of encryption using post-quantum cybersecurity technologies. And of course, it uses Infineon components and modules. And there are a number of different versions and types of these devices in terms of wired, Wi-Fi, LoRa, and CAN bus, which is also applicable for electric vehicles, which I'll touch upon very shortly. And no-code solutions. Where do we utilize our solutions so far? So the benefits of no-code, as already discussed, is lower costs, agility, risk management, customer experience, and security. We have utilized this in smart manufacturing and done the implementation in less than 30 hours and derived up to 25% of water cost savings in a manufacturing plant. We have also used it in a solar plant and done a energy generation forecasting using our no-code software for implementing a time-to-time basis of energy generation and forecasting analysis. Then energy monitoring solutions. Other companies have utilized our platform for doing the energy monitoring and asset health monitoring for different sorts of assets like motors, pumps, and predictive maintenance and so on in the platform. And finally, the EV and ESS, which is the battery energy storage systems. I'll touch upon this very shortly. This is our focus area as well, and I want to take just a quick couple of minutes to talk about electric vehicles and what we are doing in this domain. Now you see, the platform which we call is OktoberTech. And in today's EV ecosystem, there is the battery manufacturer who sells the battery to the EV manufacturer, who puts the battery in the EV and sells it to bulk buyers like fleets and retail buyers. But that's one way of the flow. Common challenges include post-sale services, repairing, and warranty. So within the first 2 years, around 20% of the EVs come back for battery servicing, repair, and warranty claims. Now, it is impossible to agree on the warranty terms or the reason of failure. So, and of course, we are also seeing all sorts of fires and accidents happening with electric vehicles. Now, what our platform has enabled is to develop this solution based on IoT and AI technology, in which we are capturing the voltage, current, and GPS data from these vehicles in runtime, as well as when they are charging. And then we send it to the cloud, where our platform is doing the analysis and giving the performance, warranty, fault alarms, predictions, and recommendations to the battery manufacturers, the fleet owners, and the individual owners. And we are connecting the EV ecosystem by bringing together the battery maker, EV maker, and EV buyer on this platform for post-sale service and management, which is built on the backbone of the IoT monitoring infrastructure using the devices that we put in each of the vehicles. So basically, a miniature version of that hardware, which you are seeing, goes into each of the electric vehicles. And the end user gets an app like this, in which they are able to see the status of their batteries, what's the range they have, what's the kilometer traveled, what's the driving behavior in terms of rash driving and smooth driving, and what's their current location, what's the radius of traveling, the protection index, safety, and if there is any kind of malfunction happening, we also give the predictions and recommendations so that they are able to understand that, okay, so certain safety precautions need to be taken care. And of course, there's the support infrastructure over that. Quick word about Datakrew. We are based out of Singapore, deep tech IoT startup, and have a patented multi-protocol IoT device that you're seeing. And we are based out of NTU with partners in the Singapore startup ecosystem, including Infineon, and these are some of our customers. And I'm Sumanta, the CEO. This is Arjun, he's the CTO. And then we have strong team of around 40 people in different domains of IoT, security, hardware, and infrastructure. Thank you so much. This is our global presence in terms of where we are, Singapore being the headquarters. We are also having presence in India, Indonesia, Abu Dhabi. And that's my number and the website. That's my email. Please feel free to touch base with us. We also have a few flyers which we can distribute about our platform and the hardware, and would be very glad to connect with all of you later and discuss collaboration opportunities. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sumanta. So do we have any question from the floor? Anybody have question for Dr. Sumanta?
Yes. Only?
It's only OEM install. It could not be individual enhancement.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
You can.
Yeah. That's one of the devices which you see. We have 3-4 different variations, and we can customize it according to the needs of the user. We can also white label it, and we can integrate it with larger systems. So we are open to all sorts of possibilities. Not a problem.
Any other question? Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Sumanta, for your presentation.
Thank you.
And also thank you everybody for joining our Tech Talk. So you can